Let me go ahead and try that. Wow. Hey, what's up guys? This is Marco from Alfista and welcome to another video here on the channel. Today I have another product review for you guys. Thank you to ThinkCar for sending this device to me. So this is a bidirectional diagnostic tool for your car. This is called the ThinkScan 689BT. The BT stands for Bluetooth. So there is no direct wiring needed for this device here. Everything works through Bluetooth. So I'm going to show you guys how this works on this car here. I have this Alfa Romeo Stelvio here that I'm going to be testing this on. So let's go ahead and see what's in the box. As you can see here, it has a very nice carrying case. This is a pretty hard material and it's very nice quality. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right, so here we have the device itself. It's a pretty rugged, nice design on it. And right here is the Bluetooth device that you would connect to the ODB2 port. And this is magnetic, so no worries about losing this. Down here, I see a power button and a couple of USB ports here. Let's take a look around here. That's pretty much it. Let's see, oh, right here is so that you can, has a little stand so you can put it on there on the table as you're working on it. So pretty nice. All right, let's take a look at what else we got in here. We have the power supply unit. I can see that it has a USB port right here. And this has the European connection here on it right now, but you can push this button, swap this out, and you can use this here. For example, in America, this is what we use. So this is nice that they provide this flexibility so you can use it anywhere you are in the world. We have the USB cable here. And let's see what's in this bag right here. This looks like a RJ45 connection. So I do see a cable here. This is probably what that's gonna be hooked up to. This is what hooks up to the ODB port on the car. And you have some more connections here. All right, you have the manuals here. So with this scanner, you're gonna get free lifetime updates. There is no subscription fee, and you can do more than 35 maintenance related functions. This has an 8-inch touchscreen with a 1280 by 800 resolution. It has a 4-core chip with 4 GB of RAM and a 4150 milliamp battery. It supports 28 languages and more than 150 car brands and over 200,000 car models. According to the ThinkCar website, you can perform ECU coding functions such as flashing, enabling and disabling functions, fixing ECU related issues, and much more. You can also perform bidirectional active tests such as EGR tests, testing your lights, steering wheel heating, door locks, oil maintenance reset, throttle relearn, and much more. This device also has built-in OAuth for FCA vehicles that have an SGW. However, that does require a separate subscription, which is sold through auto-auth services. This device is perfect for professional auto mechanics and DIYers such as myself and many of you out there. With the World Cup in full swing, you can go on the ThinkCar website to win different prizes, including the device you saw featured in this video. Don't forget to check the video description to get 10% off with my referral link. So this right here is my 2021 Alfa Romeo Stelvio, and just like any other FCA vehicle, it's gonna have an SGW, okay? So this is your secure gateway module. This device is typically hidden behind the dash there. It's pretty difficult to remove, but I have a video showing you guys how to do this in case you wanna relocate it. I don't like having this permanently bypassed for security reasons. So I'm just gonna go ahead and temporarily bypass it. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this here. And I have a special cable that I use. This is the bypass cable. Again, you're gonna find this information in the video linked above. But this basically is gonna allow me to bypass this SGW module so that I don't have to pay a subscription in order to be able to do any work on my car. Let me go ahead and connect this wire harness here, like so. All right, so this now becomes my ODB port. You're not gonna be using the one that comes with the vehicle. You're gonna be using this one here to communicate with the car. So here we have the ThinkCar Bluetooth device, and we're gonna go ahead and plug this in here, and we see that it's lighting up. One of the cool things that I like about this device is that you can use this kickstand right here to hang it from the steering wheel, to hang the device there, and that's pretty convenient. As far as the boot up time, it only took about 34 seconds for this thing to boot up, so that's pretty good. Once it's booted up, this is what the screen is gonna look like. You may need to download updates, so it's a good idea to have internet connection. So I just connected to my Wi-Fi and I downloaded all the updates. You've got a power button right here on top, so if you just want to turn off the screen or lock the screen, you can press that button and it shuts off the screen. It doesn't turn off the device or shut down the device. You can press the button again. If you want to power it off, you will have to press this button and hold it for 3 seconds. Same thing when you want to power it on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the engine since some of the features are only gonna be available when the engine is running. Okay, let's have a look at what we can do with this device. So one of the cool things about it is that it can automatically detect the type of car that you have. Let me go ahead and hit this button right here. We're going to use this auto search feature so we don't have to select, manually select, what vehicle we have. So let's go ahead and hit that. And it's got this cool matrix background there. All right, so that was pretty quick, and it's showing my VIN number right there. Then I have these options here. I'm not really sure what all of these do, but let's go ahead and play around with it. Let's hit this one here, automatically search. All right, so what that did is take me to this new screen here, and then I have different tabs up here. I can see here system list, and it looks like these are all the different modules on the car. All right, so I do see the ECM, a lot of different systems on here that we can check: electric steering, braking, etc. Let's see what else we got over here. Common special function. All right, so this is showing me other things that I can do. For example, I can do an oil maintenance reset, steering angle reset, brake reset, a lot of cool things on here. So how about we just do this here, oil maintenance reset. As you guys can see right now, the car is showing that I have 154 days to go and this many miles. So let's see if we can reset this. I will be making a video soon on how to replace the oil in this Stelvio, so stay tuned for that. All right, so let's go ahead and hit this oil maintenance reset. So now let's go ahead and go into instrument cluster. I'm getting a warning here saying that I need to perform the oil reset with the ECM first. So let's go ahead and go back. I'm going to go to the ECM here. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and hit oil change. It does say here that the DTC P1230 may be generated if you perform this function. Please exercise caution. Let's just go ahead and see what happens. Hit OK. Now it's saying that the engine must not be running to perform this procedure. Please turn the engine off. Let's go ahead and turn it off. The engine is off. Now let me go ahead and hit OK. It says turn ignition key off. All right, the ignition is off. I'm going to press OK. Now it says to turn ignition on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to start the engine. All right, ignition is on. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Let me go ahead and hit continue. It has some other instructions here. I'm going to press continue again. It's telling me how much oil the car has and the estimated oil temperature. Let's hit continue once again. All right, it looks like it's doing something. It says please wait. Once the command has been sent, turn the key to the stop and wait for the end of the powered latch. All right, I'm not really sure what they mean here. Let's press OK. Turn ignition off. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to hit OK. Again, it looks like it's doing something there. Now it's telling me to turn the ignition on, so let me do that. Then I'm going to press OK. Now it's got a countdown going there. I've got to say, I thought this was going to be a lot simpler to do, so let's just go see how much longer it takes. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and switch and do something else. It says that the function is finished. Let's go ahead and hit OK. Procedure end. Now let me go back. This time I'm going to do the instrument cluster because over here it's still showing that I have 154 days left. So it hasn't reset this screen here. I want to see what we can do. I'm going to press OK here. Let's click continue. Press OK. Now it says service information has been reset. And I can confirm that it did work. So you guys can see right here. Now it's showing 365 days and 9,600 miles to go until the next oil change. So it did take a few steps, but it's nice to see that this also works. And by the way, I do have another video that shows you how to perform this oil reset on this Alfa Romeo. That video uses Alpha OBD, so you have different options out there. All right, now that we're done with the oil reset, let's see what else we can do. I'm gonna go back over here. And right now I'm getting a trouble code in the body control module. So let's have a look at it. Check that out. It's giving me a description of what's going on here. This looks like ChatGPT or some kind of AI tool that is being used to give you a description of what's happening and even some, circuit system testing, component testing. So it's giving you information on how to go about fixing this. I've got to say that this is pretty impressive that it's using AI to help you troubleshoot trouble codes. You also have the option here to use Google search. And it goes to the internet and it gives you also a Google search page here. So this is just as if you were using a computer to try to troubleshoot this code. To go back, I'm going to swipe. Now let's go back. As you guys can see, there's a lot of stuff that can be done in here. Let's go ahead and have some fun. Let's go inside of this actuation test. Let's go ahead and test this, but first let me get out of the car so I can show it to you. All right, so I'm going to go inside of that menu item there, and I'm going to hit on. And check that out. It turns on the headlight, but only on the right side. So let's say that you went ahead and replaced that headlight. Now you can go ahead and use this device to test it out. Let's go ahead and hit back. This one here says windshield washer relay. Let me go ahead and try that. On. Wow. Okay, so I definitely heard the windshield washer activating, and there's definitely water coming out here. All right, let's do one last one. Let's go inside of this instrument panel cluster. And again, you got a bunch of options here that we can try. For example, we have fuel level low. Let's go ahead and try that. On. And you can see over there that the low fuel light has turned on over there. There's one here that says buzzer. Let me try that. All right, so that sound is what it's referring to. Let me try one last one here. Left turn signal. That's cool. So what do I think about this device from ThinkCar? Well, I think that even though it's on the pricier side, it's definitely worth the investment. The reason why I say that is because this is different than your standard diagnostic tool. This thing has built-in AI capabilities. As you guys saw, when you get a trouble code, it has like a ChatGPT-style type of AI analysis on that trouble code. It can help you troubleshoot it and get more information on the code. You don't have to, depending on the device, that it will only give you the code information and limited description about the code, and then you have to go online and do the search and all of that. This has internet capabilities as well. You saw me go on Google Chrome to do more search about the code. So it has a very nice AI integration, which is a big plus. I also like the fact that it has free lifetime updates. With your typical diagnostic tool, your options are quite limited when you're trying to troubleshoot an issue with your car. But with this thing, you're able to read codes, clear codes, troubleshoot systems. You can see how I was able to test different systems on the car. So this is very helpful, especially when you're replacing components on the car, you want to test them out. So this comes in very handy. A big thank you to ThinkCar for sending this device to me so that I can try it out and share my experience with every one of you out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.